Welcome back. In this podcast, you will see how to name a glog with an appropriate name, how to save or publish your glog even when you're not finished, how to change the background, and how to insert text. First and foremost, when I start a new glog, just like if I start a new Microsoft Word document or any type of file, I like to give it an appropriate name. Glog4337 is the default name at the top of the screen. This does not tell me what this glog is. I'm going to call this a glog that is more specific. I'm going to call it practice glog, and I'm even going to put my last name to be even more specific. At this point, there's a function you'll notice written to the left of where it says preview that says autosave on. This is a new feature for Glogster this year that was requested by many teachers and many users. Prior to this feature, sometimes the internet might drop out or your browser would crash. At that point, if you didn't save your glog, it would be lost. Now it has periodic auto-saving. This does not mean that you do not click Save or Publish. In fact, on the safe side, I like to click Save or Publish periodically, especially after I make some big changes to my glog. As stated earlier, this is a default background, and this background can be changed. The floating magnetic toolbar on the left side that I'm moving up and down right now, by either dragging the magnet on the outside or the inside, and can be hidden by clicking the red arrow, has an item called Wall. Click Wall. At that point, you will see two tabs at the top of a window that is movable. One tab says Glog Wall, one tab says Page Wall. Glog Wall is the background that you see that says Welcome to School that we want to get rid of. I can click through and try different types. You'll notice the spinning wheel. The spinning wheel is essentially that item loading. There's some cool backgrounds here. In fact, there's 43 pages of them. If you notice at the bottom, I just jumped to page 43 and I'm going through, because I want to find one that looks kind of cool. This burnt paper looks cool. I'll click Use It. When you click Use It on any item, it inserts that item into your glog so that you can see it. I don't like the page wall, that green color, so I'm going to make it into something a little more interesting. I'm going to keep it pretty neutral, because my topic is pretty neutral, considering that I'm just doing this glog for training purposes. Remember, always pick backgrounds and images and page walls that are appropriate for the topic. And I think glogs are a good idea, so I'm going to use a background of light bulbs. Click Use It, because light bulbs represent a good idea. I'm done in this pop-up, so I click the red arrow X in the upper right-hand corner, closing it. I also don't like this text box that they put in. I'm clicking on it, holding it, and I'm dragging it around. I don't want to edit it. I also don't want to bring it forward. I don't want to put it behind. I don't want to duplicate it or clone it. And I can't cancel changes because I made none. But what I do want to do is I want to delete it. I want to insert some basic text to conclude this podcast. I'm going to put a title on. When you click text in the magnetic toolbar, a pop-up comes up, similar to when we inserted a new wall and page background. Here, you'll see bubble, title, and text. These are all very basic things you can insert. But if you want to do some really cool titles, you can click title on the left side. And here you can click through and see if you like any of these. There are 23 pages of them. I'm going to choose this cool red banner. I click Use It. I'm going to close this window and I'm going to drag it to a location where I'd like to put it. Size can be changed by dragging the inside or outside with the corner. I could spin it by clicking on any of the curved arrows around and holding, or I could put it back to straight. I can edit it by clicking Edit, and I can type Practice Glog. Click OK when I'm done. That fit in there. But let's say I wanted to change the font size. I click Edit, then I click the AB1. This allows me to change the font, and I can actually see it live changing. Notice some fonts fit, some don't. I could change the font size. And once I lower the font size, things start fitting. I don't really like that one. Yeah, that's simple and nice. I can also change the font color on the background, but frankly, I'm just going to keep it black. Click Apply. Click OK. And there, I have the title of my glog. I'm going to save this for now by clicking Save or Publish. It's unfinished, so I leave it unfinished. I'm going to give it I'm not going to set it. I'm not going to set the category because this really isn't much of a category. And I'm not going to add any tags. Click Save. And what it does next is it says that it's published. I can go back to the dashboard. I can continue editing. I can view the glog. I can get an embed code if I want to lay it in. I could share it via these different corridors, Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, etc. I could share it by email, or I can actually give a direct link. The direct link that I highlighted there, it literally is a web page. It is treated as a web page, and you can share that with anyone. I'm going to continue editing.